We're here this morning to sensitize the community with something that we think is very important. The Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, which is one of our largest cruise line partners, has reached out to the government of St. Kitts and Nevis for safe harboring for two of their vessels, the Vision of the Seas and the Rhapsody of the Seas at Port Zante. The safe harboring really allows the vessels to dock side by side at Port Zante, and both cruise ships must adhere to all the necessary health protocols and all the laws and the regulations of St. Kitts and Nevis, including and not limited to the SRNOs which issued under the state of emergency. We recognize that allowing the two Royal Caribbean vessels to safe harbor will obviously create some questions and some concerns during the COVID-19 pandemic as our borders are closed to commercial air travel and sea traffic at this time, and obviously justifiably so. However, the reason for this press conference is to outline the process of the approval for the safe harboring and to assure the general public that all health and safety measures were taken to ensure that our citizens and our residents are not exposed to COVID-19. Cabinet has given its approval for this activity, and under the advice of the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Hazel Laws, and the COVID-19 Task Force, both cruise ships are scheduled to arrive at Port Zante on Wednesday, the 19th of August, 2020, with 70 crew members on each vessel. The ships will be allowed to dock and safe harbor at Port Zante for an extended period. Please note, all health and safety, or the health and safety of our citizens is paramount. Our residents remain our top priority as we embark on this partnership with Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. I will repeat, the health and the safety of our nationals remain our top priority. This exercise will be carried out under the New York Sterile Port Protocol, which is part of the international health regulations issued by the World Health Organization. Crew members will be quarantined on arrival on the ship for 14 days. The vessel has not been on any land in any Caribbean country. Yes, they have anchored in the seas of other countries, for example in Barbados, where the cruise ships are coming from. I stress, however, that no crew member was allowed to come off by tender in Barbados. The crew has not been in contact with the general public in any other destination over the past 5 months. However, they must still adhere to the Federation's health and safety protocols. Upon arrival on Wednesday, each crew member will be given a PCR molecular test and will be quarantined for the 14 days on board their respective vessel. At the end of the 14-day quarantine, they will be given a second test. Once the crew receive a negative test, they will be given the option to integrate into our society adhering to the well-known safety measures of social distancing, hand sanitization, and the wearing of masks. If any crew member tests positive, all crew members will remain on board of their respective vessel and go through quarantine until the entire crew tests negative. Each ship must have in place its isolation facility for crew if tested positive after 14 days. I reiterate that no crew member will be allowed to disembark the vessel if a crew member tests positive. The Ministry of Health has received all medical records for all the crew members for each cruise ship, and there are no overriding health issues as of today. SCASPA's pilots will not be required to provide any physical assistance to facilitate berthing for either vessel. There will be no physical interaction between RCCL's crew and SCASPA's team. In addition, Coast Guard assistance will not be required unless in the case of an emergency. Royal Caribbean's agents, DeLille, Walwyn and Company, will be provisioning for the cruise vessels. Containers of supplies will be imported and delivered to both the Rhapsody of the Seas and the Vision of the Seas. The items will be dropped off on the pier without any physical interaction between DeLille Walwyn staff and the crew. When the crew have all tested negative after the 14-day quarantine period, they will be allowed to disembark their vessel. Now, I have no doubt that our people will welcome them with their warm hospitality. Remember, these crew members have been cooped up on the ships for months. They will be very eager to get out and truly stretch their legs. This assistance represents the true nature of our people to support others in a time of need. It is who we are. However, we have to be careful, very careful. And as a result, we have put in place stringent measures to ensure the safety of our citizens and our residents. Over the past 5 years, my team at the Ministry of Tourism and the St. Kitts Tourism Authority and SCASPA have worked tirelessly with Royal Caribbean to strengthen our relationship and improve our partnership. This partnership has resulted in 100% increase in cruise arrivals between 2015 and 2019. In fact, Royal Caribbean was a major contributor to our achievement of our 1 million passengers on the 16th of July, 2018, and again on the 14th of August, 2019. It was taking this into consideration when the cruise line reached out to me requesting the safe harboring for the Rhapsody of the Seas and the Vision of the Seas that I took the matter to Cabinet for their review. Our partnerships are the reason for our significant achievements in cruise tourism. And if we can assist with ensuring or while ensuring no risk to our citizens and our residents with our health and our safety protocols to mitigate the COVID-19, I recommend that we do so. St. Kitts and Nevis's businesses will benefit from the crew being here in the Federation when approved to integrate into our society. They will use our supermarkets, our restaurants, our bars, taxis, port fees for SCASPA, barber shops, hair salons, the market, and many other businesses. The government will gain revenue for the supply of water and the disposal of dry and wet waste by the Solid Waste Management Corporation. Crew members will seek to learn more about our island by taking tours and excursions. They are indeed welcome to explore the island, particularly at this time when my team and the COVID-19 task force continue to prepare the sector for the reopening of the destination. The St. Kitts Tourism Authority, the Nevis Tourism Authority, and the Ministry of Tourism, in conjunction with the Ministries of Health and Civil Aviation, are conducting at the moment training exercises for over 5,000 tourism industry stakeholders, including hotels, at no cost to them. The training aims to educate stakeholders in the health and safety protocols and standards that must be met in order to obtain the travel-approved certification and seal from their respective tourism authorities that will be required for them to operate. Training began on Wednesday, the 22nd of July, and as of Friday, the 14th of August, we have trained approximately 303 individuals. In closing, I would like to thank the Prime Minister and his cabinet, the NEOC, and the COVID-19 task force, my teams at the Ministry of Tourism, the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, and the St. Christopher A. and Seaports Authority for allowing us to assist Royal Caribbean Cruise Line at this time. The health and the safety of our citizens, residents, and of our visitors remains our #1 priority. And please note, we have taken all the necessary health and safety protocols to ensure that St. Kitts and Nevis remains safe for today and tomorrow. Thank you very much.